What's up, guys? Big Light here. I just wanted to take a chance to show you guys the last video that I shared was the GM promotion game for one of my accounts, and it was kind of a banger, so I shared it. I've been away from the game for a little while again. Unfortunately, my ability to play the game has been kind of on and off, kind of unpredictable. But this was the GM promotion game for my other account that I play a lot of ranked with. So I have two accounts that I play a decent amount of ranked with. Both of them I play mostly Captain America. You can see this one I'm Lord Captain America. The other one I'm not quite Lord. I'm Lord on Thor on that one. But this game was GM promotion game for this account that I hadn't played much. This was a week and a half ago now, I think. But so this game I wanted to share. It's another banger. It happened to be another banger, and spoiler, it's another one where we got MVP. So my first kind of videos that I shared on the channel, I was mostly sharing like pretty normal looking games because I wanted to give an idea of how Tank is played and how Captain America in particular is played in the majority of games, right? In games where you're not just like crushing people and stuff like that. So I wanted to give an idea of how I play it. The last couple, it's been more fun to share a couple of bangers where our good Lord algorithm decided that I should be MVP. In general, always with Tank, we're looking to make space for our team, put our team in a place to succeed, put the DPS in a place where they can kill people, and make sure the supports aren't overly pressured so that they can do their job too, right? That's what we're always trying to do. Captain America is really good at that, in particular by diving the backline, but honestly, on this account, I've even been playing him when I have to solo tank a lot and winning most of those games. My win rate on Cap on this account is about 70%, and that's been sticking. And playing him solo is crazy. A lot of times the team's like, I don't know about Captain America solo, but I'm winning those games too. So he seems to be able to do that. He's played very different when you're solo tanking. But one of the things I haven't shared on this channel is when you're teamed up with Thor, because you get that extra team up ability to give a little electrified shield that when you throw it, it does good damage and it bounces among enemies. So this game, we are teamed up with Thor. It's not necessarily my favorite other tank to play with Cap, but it is good. One of the problems you run into is that you kind of forget to use the team up because most of the time you don't have it. But, you know, you get it in when you can, and it does really good damage. So, as you can see, when we started off, we had a Punisher up top. He was trying to hold out the team. Spider-Man did a really good job of getting in there and causing some chaos that let the team kind of move up initially. And then Punisher got up there. He was in the turret. I think Spider-Man distracted him or something, and he got back out. We went up to help Spider-Man there and saw that the Punisher had infinite ammo with the shotgun, and we didn't want any of that, so we just left. On the way out, we threw a bouncy shield, and it happened to get an Iron Man who was low. It bounced among the enemies, got an Iron Man. There, you see I used the bouncy shield when Hulk jumped up, because I knew if I threw it at the ground, it would bounce and hit him. And I knew he was one hit away from being Bruce Banner. So I threw it, I let it do the work, it bounced up, it hit him. You saw he came down, going back to Bruce Banner. And then when we killed him when he came out. So in this matchup, kind of as we were going in the pick and ban phase, we didn't worry about banning Wolverine because Thor and Cap played really well into Wolverine. Thor, if Wolverine tries to kidnap you, you just go your Ascendancy mode, your Super Saiyan, and just blast him with lightning bolts, and that's really good. And Captain America, his shield, unlike Strange and Magneto's shield, actually blocks melee. So there I overextended and got killed. That happens. But Cap's shield will block melee attacks, and so he's pretty good into Wolverine, and also your mobility is just a lot better than his. So after he kidnaps you, you can like get back to sprinting, jump up, dash away, and he can't really chase you. Here as we're coming back, we see Hulk was trying to get Hawkeye, and so we just help Hawkeye get the Hulk instead. And we get a pick. We're ready to push back up with the team. Our Spider-Man in this game did a great job. Here, we're just protecting Luna by coming up with our shield and blocking on the eye. So he got the Eye of Agamotto, but we stepped up between him and Luna, held our shield up, protected her, didn't let him get the kill off of the ult. And now, one of the things you'll see me do on Cap a lot is push past whatever the objective is and just go kind of mess with the enemy team because it stops them from coming up and contesting the objective, right? So on this where you're pushing the cart, I'll do it. On the King of the Hill ones where you're capturing the point, I'll do it there too. But in general, on this map, we're trying to set up Spider-Man for kills by just kind of going in, causing chaos, getting cooldowns before he goes in with his damage on the back line. And then the other thing is when we see Thor push in, his commit is a little harder than ours because he can't get out quite as well as Cap can. So when we see Thor go in, we go and try to support him and make sure that he has somebody there with him to get kills. So that Bucky, even though I got low, I still felt like I could have killed him. But when Thor came up and hit me, then I was out. I was like, no, I'm not going to be able to beat both of them, so I backed up. And then here, we're going up and trying to cause pressure, but we see Thor in there. And so, like I said, we're going to go try to support. We do it by going in on the back line, and we kill the Luna pretty easily. So this is probably going to be a one-team fight, right? One of the things I always preach is that if you can go in and distract supports, you can give your team a good chance to win. But if you go in and kill support, that's probably a one-team fight, 9 times out of 10. So we do that. Spider-Man's doing a great job here too. They're putting a lot of attention on him. And when he's not getting kills in here, and he is getting kills, our Spider-Man's playing fantastic. But even when he's not getting kills, he's almost serving as a tank because they're watching him so much, trying to deal with him when he's diving on. Another kill, we're going to say secured with Bouncy Shield. Possibly you could say stolen with Bouncy Shield. But Punisher uses his ult. I go up and just get him to look at me, and Hawkeye shoots at him while he's looking at me, and Hawkeye kills him, which is great. And then here, we're just kind of fighting the team, so I have the Thor team up going just to get damage in. I don't want to commit hard and have everybody turn on me there. But here, I'm going in so that they won't stand on the point. But I see that their 2 tanks have just run past, and so I'm going back to slap on the tanks as a way to try to peel. Thor is better at peel than Captain America is, but when you play Cap with a Thor, the Thor won't always do it, right? The Thor won't always be paying enough attention to do it. So I went back to try to help, slap on the tanks. I find a lot of people say Cap isn't good into the thing because of the little field that stops you from using movement abilities. I haven't really found that to be true, just because you can slap the shit out of the thing with Cap. You can really do good damage on him. He's an awesome target for your animation cancel on your shield throw, because he doesn't have anything to stop the shields from hitting him. He's a great big target, and he's kind of slow. Once he's done using his dash, he's just kind of standing there, and so you can just get right up where you're like barrel stuffing him, and you can throw the shield really, really fast on him, so you can get really good DPS on him. And I find Cap is totally fine into the thing. But yeah, that round was basically just a roll. I used the team up when I could to just try to get damage. A lot of times the best way to use the team up is actually, people want to like dive with Cap and use their stuff and then go to the team up. And it's actually better to do it the other way, where you use the team up, kind of soften the enemy team up, right? And then you go in with your normal Cap stuff and dive the backline. Because if like the supports or a DPS or something is not at full health when you dive with Cap, you're going to kill them really fast, right? You can kill people from full health, but if they're not at full health, you're going to kill them really fast. So using the Thor team up to kind of soften up the enemies and then go in oftentimes sets you up for a really good chance to get a really quick kill. So that one, you saw me turn. I saw Spider-Man go shooting through there, because you can see, right now we can see everybody through the wall, but you can always see your teammates through the wall, right? And I saw Spider-Man go ripping through there, and I was like, what in the hell is going on? What's he doing? I think he was trying to pull someone off the cliff, but I think he missed the skill shot on it, is what happened. But yeah, that's why I was turning there. I was like, what's going on with Spider-Man here? But you see they have a Penny now, as Penny's a really good counter for both Cap and Spider-Man, and if Thor's playing aggressive and trying to dive, she's a really good counter for him too. Not as good for Thor, because he can go, when he's in his ascension like he was there, he can actually kill her nest pretty well, and once you kill her nest, Penny's half a character. So Thor can be better if he uses Ascendancy to kill the nest, which I think is what he's doing now. And then she's very good into Spider-Man and like Black Panther, Captain America, the dive champs. But there, what we saw that made us want to go in was Spider-Man going in. So Spider-Man went in, and we want to support him because Much like Cap, he doesn't have super overwhelming damage, but he has enough to kill people. But if you can, say on Cap, go in and support the Spider-Man when he goes in, he's really likely to get kills, right? And so if we can just go in and hit people a couple times, then Spider-Man's damage now is like overkill. It's more than enough to kill somebody. So we saw Spider-Man go in, and as soon as we saw that, we jumped in to support him and make sure that he could clean up some kills. There, we were going to go backline, but the backline backed up. They were looking at Spider-Man again. And so we turned on the Penny, because then she was the person that's out of position. Here, Thor and I are just nuking them. And interestingly here, we're really taking advantage of the enemy team, and we have them, we're spawn camping them right now. But we make some mistakes, and I'll tell you right now, they actually pushed the cart all the way to the end in this round, even though they're being spawn camped. So from the enemy team's perspective, I'll just say, never give up. That Adam ult, I have no idea what was going on there. He ulted them right in front of the spawn. I don't know why he did that, but he did. I ulted here because the enemy team's starting to push back, and I wanted to make sure nobody died to Venom and nobody died to the push. And then we just go in on the supports. Here, you back up into the Invisible Woman ult because you want to get healing, but you don't have to just stand in it, right? You can go in and out of it as Cap because you know you're always going to be able to get back. The Punisher ult is really scary, but Luna's healing is more than the Punisher's damage. So we're still mostly okay, except that our Invisible Woman died. And so they're pushing really hard because one of our supports died, and that Groot ult was fantastic. He got like all of us with that. So that we're screwed. We lost the point. The Groot ult was really good. He got us all. And at this point, I think I called in comms, just give it, and we'll stop him on the push. And so we're kind of just backing up, just getting ready for the push. I probably didn't need to call it. The players at this rank, even though there's still plenty of mistakes made, resetting is usually not one of them. There, we stepped up with the shield because Thor was in his Super Saiyan, and he's a little vulnerable, actually, when he's Super Saiyan like that. And we stepped up to just make sure he could back up and live. That, Cap is really good into Adam Warlock, because Adam Warlock has no mobility. And I saw him kind of out of position standing in front, and so I just jumped in and killed him. And then same kind of thing here. I mentioned in the last video that when it comes to like a 1v1 on the side like that, Cap can fight anybody, and Punisher is no exception. He's actually really good into Punisher. And so when I saw the Punisher out there like that, I just went over and killed him. It's very, very easy to do with Cap. And that's going to kind of reduce their ability to push until he reses. So we went for it. Ult here to support Thor again. Like I mentioned earlier, when Thor goes in, we really want to support him. And we ulted there to give him healing and let him just nuke on people. Thor does a ton of damage. And so we pushed in there. There, I should have used the shield, the bouncy shield throw to finish off Adam Warlock. I didn't. I don't know why. That's normally kind of like even reflexive once you played Captain America a lot. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I should have killed Adam Warlock there for sure. And then we're doing the normal Marvel Rivals. Supports pop and ult, everybody's invincible, everybody starts slapping everybody kind of thing. Here I went up high just so that they couldn't just shoot my team from above. I can fight Psylocke and Venom just fine as long as I back up at the right time because I'm Captain America. I can fight anybody on the side like that. When Luna ulted, we made sure we got healed, but now we're in the thing where just everybody has everything popped, and it's madness. It's hard to even tell what's going on half the time. Both of our supports died to Psylocke, and then I died shortly after. Right? It was just me against their whole team, so of course I died. And they're going to push the cart forward. One of the nice things about Cap is, one, you don't die very much. You should be able to play your life pretty well on Cap. But two, if you do die, you can get back into the fight pretty quickly, generally, because you're so fast. Here, I really wanted to touch and just waste more of their time, but that was a bad decision. What I did right there was just wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I knew that the gate would open up for my supports like shortly after I jumped over it, but it was just too much. Like the whole team was waiting there. There was nothing I was going to do. One of my supports died trying to follow me after. It was a bad play. The right play was to just reset, which is what we're going to do here. So, like I said before, at this rank, there's still plenty of mistakes. That was one. But now we're gonna reset. We're gonna fight them smartly this time. And so now I'm going in, doing a bunch of damage. They're waiting for me. I use my ult. Bucky tried to ult me, but I blocked it with my shield, and so I don't have the debuff on. I still have my cap ult for a little bit. Thor got Mantis's ult there, which is great. And so we're just kind of like, we're back to the crazy fight here, but we're losing ground. Basically the Bucky is stopping us right now. And the Psylocke is able to get in our backline, which is unfortunate. So here I'm going to back up and heal, because I'm the only person left. And then I want to go out and touch, because this is the last chance to go out and touch, right? So I'm going to go in and touch, but it's not going to do anything. They're going to get us. When I heard Groot's ult, I knew that we lost. Because I was like, if he got anybody with that, we're screwed. And he did. He got Luna. So that was it. It was tie after that. It looked like an absolute stomp for our attack round, and then the first minute and a half of their defense round, but it wasn't. So it's a good example of, like, don't ever give up, just keep trying, and you never know what you might be able to do as far as turning the game around or getting things going. Our ult had gone Strange just to try to portal there at the end. He didn't get it, but he's back to Thor now, and I believe they attack first. And you saw at the end, they did get the cart to the end, but we had wasted enough of their time that they only have a minute in the overtime, and we have 3 minutes. So we have a big advantage. Yeah, you can see here, 3:24 we have, 1 minute even they have. So that's a big advantage in the overtime round, right? We have 3.5 minutes to try to cap this first area, and they only have a minute.
30 seconds
and you'll see what happens. We don't do a lot of, like, scoreboard type tangible things in this one. All we really do in this round as cap is distract them, get them to split attention and kind of waste time. But honestly, we don't do a ton in this overtime. The team doesn't really do a ton. We don't get a ton of kills or anything like that, but basically we get them a little scattered, we get their attention split, and they just waste time. Like, they can't get up to the point. They just don't have enough time to get there, basically. The other thing that happened is one of our DPS switched to Wolverine, and Groot is essentially unplayable into Wolverine, because when Wolverine kidnaps him, he has no mobility to get away, and he doesn't have like a shield, or not a shield, like a bubble like Magneto does or anything. And you can see the Groot is dead, and it's because of the Wolverine. So that switch by our DPS was really good. Groot is probably the worst tank to play into Wolverine. You're just a free kill, and when he sucks you in too, you're just a great big bullet sponge. Like, everybody sees you because you're gigantic. You're easy to hit. Nobody's gonna miss any shots on you because you're gigantic. And Wolverine does percent health damage, so the tanks with really big health pools like Groot take a ton of damage from Wolverine. You can see they just never were able to push on to the point. There weren't a ton of kills. Nobody did a ton. All we really did on cap was just kind of like distract them a little bit here and there, but they weren't able to push up. For that little overtime period, the big thing was probably Wolverine and killing Groot. When we came in from the back, you saw they were waiting for us, and we kept the Venom in the back. So instead of diving our backline like Venom really should be doing, he was so worried about me being in his backline that he was just standing in the back waiting for me at the beginning of the round, which was not good, right? That's not what you want to be doing on Venom. But yeah, back to the Wolverine point. He does percent health damage. So the tanks with really high health pools take a ton of damage from him, and it's basically more damage than a healer can heal back. Like, even if Groot's being healed, he still dies to Wolverine. It's crazy. The only way to really save Groot from Wolverine is to get Wolverine off of him or CC him somehow, or to kill the Wolverine faster than he can kill the Groot, which takes multiple people killing the Wolverine. But yeah, so that pick into the Groot was awesome. But here he switched off of it. He went Squirrel Girl instead. I'm not sure why. Maybe he was thinking in this case correctly, that they would have a Punisher again, and he wanted to be able to kill the turret with Squirrel Girl. But yeah, so he's back. He's off of Wolverine now. He's on Squirrel Girl, and now we're attacking. We see Punisher's turret, and so immediately on Cap we go around the side. I know if I can get to the turret, I can kill the turret really fast because I can reflect the turret bullets right back into it. But as I'm here, you can tell by the sound cues exactly where he is. I was like, oh, he's on top of that tower thing, which is really hard to get to. But our team shot him enough. Star-Lord, Squirrel Girl, Thor, they got it out. So then I'm going to come in here, and I distract, and you'll see the whole team turned on me and looked at me, which let my team move up. The mistake I made there was I assumed that my team moved up further than they did, and they didn't quite push up as hard as I was hoping when I went in there like that. And so what happened was I moved to the left there, and I lined my healers and got killed because I lined my healers. So that happens. The team was super smart, though. As soon as it happened, they backed up a little bit, and they're like, yo, wait for Cap. Go in with Cap. And so they backed up. They waited for me. And then we went in together for a big fight. Thor and I are going to push the supports really hard. I don't know how we didn't get the Mantis there, but we didn't. But she popped her ult, and Punisher popped his ult, so we back up, right? They got our Invisible Woman. I think they got Thor too. I don't remember. But we backed up. Yeah, they must have got Thor. He's coming in from spawn now. Punisher turreted again, but Star-Lord killed the turret, which was awesome. And then our Luna ults, and so we push. I'm using the team up. We get the Winter Soldier. We're pushing the Mantis, but I see Magneto's low, so I went after him. And then the ult here is to protect my team. I feel like we're winning this fight if we can stay alive. But we need to stay alive. So Cap ult, help Thor get the Punisher here. And then we're pushing again. We're going after the Atom and the Groot. The Groot walls us in, but I don't think he realized that like trapping us in there was not trapping us in with them. It was trapping them in with us, right? Like Atom and Groot don't want to be trapped in there with Thor and Cap. So then we're fighting it out. Pretty sure I get killed. Yeah, I do. So I get killed. I think when I come back to life, they wipe us out. When I come back to life, I think there's around like 30 seconds left in the game. Yeah, 40. So what I do is I'm going to push up the right side. I'm not going in yet, but I'm going to push up the right side and just get ready to touch. Because I know somebody's going to have to touch. Cap is the fastest person on the team, so probably going to be on me to touch. But I'm up here, and you'll see I stop. I'm going to wait here, and then I look at my team so that I can look and see where they're coming. A bunch of them followed me. This is great. We're going to flank hard from the right side, and we're going to see if we can get somebody. So Thor's chucking lightning bolts. I'm going to go in. I get slept by the Mantis, but I back up from the Punisher turret. We get some kills. I really wanted the Mantis, but again, we don't get her. I get close here and reflect a bunch of bullets, and that's why the Punisher died so fast. But Thor's nuking him. Adam was really focused on trying to kill me. Couldn't get me, though, because I'm Cap. I'm too hard to kill. And then we clean up the fight, and that's a win. We capped the first third of this, and that's a win. So that's all it really took. You saw Thor and I were both kind of like diving the enemy backline really hard most of the game. I was doing a lot to distract backline or DPS from stuff, and then when we needed like a tank to do very like traditional boring tank stuff, like just go stand on the cart or whatever, I was backing up and trying to do it with my shield. But yeah, in the end, what we got was a lot of damage off of our tanks, right? So both of our tanks did more than either of their tanks as far as damage. You can see, as usual on Cap, we played our life, right? So we died the fewest times in the lobby, which is something everybody should be doing. It's really important on Captain America to play your life, but it's important on any character, really. You should always be trying to play your life, so you're not giving away free ult charge, you're not forcing your team to fight a man down, that kind of stuff. You should always be trying to play your life, which we were pretty successful at. This time we blocked the most damage, So we were taking a lot of their attention and forcing them to react to us a lot. And we blocked the most damage in spite of the fact that we died the least in the lobby, which is definitely, if you're going to block a lot of damage as a tank, that's what you want. You want to die as few times as possible, right? And then we were just securing kills with Thor. Our DPS played great. Like I always say, if you play well on tank, your DPS are going to look like they're really good. Your support are going to look like they're really good. And they may actually be. Like, they did play great, right? Our DPS were awesome. Our supports were awesome. Our job was just to give them the space to be awesome. And that's what we tried to do. In this case, the algorithm gives us MVP, I think, because of our few deaths and the fact that we were in on so many kills, right? Being in on a kill is just touching someone before the team kills them. So we were in on a bunch of kills, and we played our life a lot. We died the least, so I think that's why it gave us MVP. But in the end, yeah, we just did our job with Cap, got our GM promotion, and got a little MVP screen as a reward. So yeah, go out there. When you're playing the Vanguards, just really remember you're a team player. You're trying to set everybody else up for success. You're trying to split attention. You're trying to take space for your team and refuse to give up space to the other team. And have a good time, guys. Give them hell.